The Olympic athletes started this process where they would visualize a race before they did it, okay? So we're going to talk a little bit about the law of attraction, which is real, guys. Trust me, I've used it so much in my life. I was blown away when the movie, did anybody see the movie The Secret or the book? When I saw that come out, I was like, holy crap, that's what I've done for decades. Thoughts really are things, okay? What you think about gets bigger, both positive and negative, okay? So don't get caught up in the news. In fact, let me stop for a second. I pulled some headlines, okay? Deutsche Bank says a recession is imminent, okay? 6 or 7 months ago, there were 20 million families behind on their utility bills. 20 million families, okay? Elon Musk said they're lying. This is a quote. They're lying. The crash is going to be much bigger than they say. Gas prices, today's headline, gas prices spiked again. I don't know how people can afford this stuff. I went to the grocery store, and I'm like, $100 for that? Because I'm shopping for myself again. $100 for that? And I was blown away. I asked the clerk, I said, how do people afford this? She's just shaking her head. And here's another thing that happened, okay? A lot of operators these last few years used what's called bridge debt, okay? Now, bridge debt is like the hard money lending in the single-family space. It's very onerous debt. It's adjustable rate, it's short-term, and can be very restrictive. And these people didn't bank on rates going up. See, they used the bridge debt to get a higher loan-to-value so they could raise less money so they could show higher returns. People with bridge debt are in trouble right now. We've written an LOI, which is we've basically made an offer on a deal every week for the last 6 weeks. We're seeing a lot of distressed assets come down the pike. Sales are down 80%. So these people that have bridge debt that's coming due, there's $1.6 trillion in debt coming due by the end of next year. They either have to sell or they have to refinance, right? Sales are down 80% year over year right now. Refinancing is very, very hard because they have to meet what's called debt service coverage requirements. When you borrow money in this space, what we're going to teach you, it's the property's ability to service the debt. It has nothing to do with your debt to income. It's the property's ability. And so they've got to buy these loans down to even have a lender sniff them, okay? So that's problem number one. Problem number two is they have to buy what's called a rate cap. To give you an idea what's happened, that means that locks the rate so it doesn't go up more than a certain percentage the first couple of years. In 2020, if you wanted a $100 million rate cap for 3 years at 3%, so the rate's not going to go up more than 3% in 3 years, that costs $23,000, okay? $100 million, 3 years, 3%. That same rate cap, when I last checked about 6 months ago, for 1 year, forget 3 years, was $2.3 million, okay? These guys don't have the money. They're doing capital calls with their investors. And so I'm not trying to scare you. If you were ever in the right freaking place at the right time, it's this room right now, guys, okay? I'm telling you. I'm dead serious. It is coming. It's really already here. And so, very, very important that, take this seriously, get up to speed, because, you're here, you're in the right place. If you're trying to learn this when we're in the thick of it, it's going to be too late. You got to build the connections. You need to build connections in this room, and just, like I say, take notes like you're going to teach this, okay? Super important. All right. Again, pay attention to your focus as well, okay? Don't get caught up in the freaking news and the politics. Don't get me started on that crap. It's all crap. By the way, the news are not public service organizations. People think they are. No, they are for profit, guys. There's so much censorship and propaganda, and you don't even know what to believe anymore. So if you focus on that, are you going to achieve your goals? No, because what you focus on gets bigger, right? So focus, we're going to do goals next. That's what you focus on. That's why it's so freaking important to put those in front of you so you don't get caught up in all that noise and all the crap, okay? I get people that call me and say, how do I get out of student loan debt? And my response is always, wrong freaking question. How do you make so much money that the debt's irrelevant? See, that's focus. They asked Mother Teresa if she was anti-war. She said, no, I'm pro-peace. You get what I'm saying here, guys? Your focus is your reality, so it's super critical that you pay attention to that. So, Olympic athletes were taught to visualize a race. Go ahead and throw it on the screen, thank you. And the Russians started it, and I will tell you, it is proven to enhance results. They all do it now. They visualize it. You actually hook monitors up to them, and their muscles, what they were visualizing, fired off the same as if they were actually doing the exercise, whatever the event that they're doing, because it freaking works. Visualization. I love this example with Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, when he was flat broke, wrote himself a check for $10 million. And he used to go up by the Hollywood sign, and he would look at it and visualize cashing it. That's how much money he made for Dumb and Dumber. Demi Lovato, when she was unknown, posted, "One day I'm going to sing the national anthem in the Super Bowl." I think about 3 or 4 Super Bowls ago, she sang the national anthem. Guys, this stuff works. When you visualize and you make a declaration, God, the universe, whatever you believe in conspires to make it happen. Trust me, it works. This is a great example. This was a New Orleans millionaire that adopted a school in the 9th Ward, and it was in the teens, the percentage of kids that went to college at this particular school. And he did something incredible. What he did was he bused all these kids to a local college, okay? And he paired each one of them up with a college student. And they spent the whole day there. They got to see college life. They got to go to the library, to the cafeteria, go to classes, walk around campus. And then he brought them back. And then all they did for the next couple years was every day for a few minutes, they closed their eyes and they visualized themselves going to school. Over 80% went to college. True story. Visualization, guys. This is another great example. When Epcot Center, right down the road here, was built, Walt Disney had already passed away. And Roy Disney was at the grand opening. And a reporter went up to Roy and said, "You know, it's a shame that Walt didn't get to see this." And Roy looked at him and said, "The only reason you're seeing this is because Walt saw this," okay? Visualization. Oh, I forgot we threw these in. That's me on the boat, 1966 with my brother coming over. There's me, my first time raising equity from the captain. You know, I remember, I don't tell this story. There was a pool inside the boat that was in a closed glass room, and we went through a storm, and everybody was sick but me, and I was walking around, and true story, I watched this pool, and the water went all the way out of the pool against the wall, against the glass, and then went back to the other side. I've never told that before, but yeah, on that boat. Okay, now I'm going to give you some examples of personal visualization for me, okay? When I got my real estate license when I was 18, I figured I had to have a 4-door car, right? So I got a 4-door car. It was exactly like that, except the interior was gray. Is that the ugliest piece of crap you've ever seen in your life? Yeah, anyway. But I figured I had to have that to show houses, right? So I told you I worked for Gino, and he had Corvettes, and he let me take his daughter out in one. And I'm like, holy crap, this is incredible. So I went and got a picture of a Corvette out of a magazine. This is before the internet had even been thought of. And I put it on the visor of that Granada. So every time I sat in that piece of crap, I was staring at that Corvette. Within a year or two, I had a beautiful Corvette. Did I have a picture? Yeah, and yeah, that hot mess leaning. Yeah, right, huh? That hot mess is me leaning against it. I made so much money, I brought my brother a Cadillac Seville behind it there. But somebody actually stole that Corvette. Anyway, I digress. So when I had the Corvette, this is when the TV show Magnum P.I. was out. This is before you guys were born. But anyway, so the actor's name was Tom Selleck, and he drove that Ferrari 308. And that's the first time I'd seen an exotic car. I'm like, holy crap. I got a picture of that actual car, put it on the visor of my Corvette. Within a year or two, I had a Maserati, looked just like it. See on the front end? Isn't that gorgeous? Now, they only made 117 of these, so I'm watching, what the hell was the movie? Scarface. That could very well have been my car. I was like, holy shit, that's my car. They only made 117 of them. Anyway, now, last example. I'm the guy that always wanted a Lamborghini, okay? And my son collected, the one you've seen running around here, collected models of cars. He had about 30 or 40 exotic cars. He had a model of the exact same color and style Lamborghini that I ended up buying. Is she zooming in on that? Yeah, I don't know if you can see it or not. It's the exact same one, and which I wrecked. But anyway, go ahead and throw the screens back up. Isn't that gorgeous? I should have the wreck picture on here. It'll scare the hell out of you. Anyway, this stuff works, guys.